The theory of Tai Chi takes the distinction of substantial and insubstantial as the first principle. When all the weight of the body is on the right leg is said to be substantial, while the left leg is empty. Distinguishing and noticing empty and full in the body's turning motions will allow conservation of strength, lightness, and agility. Without discernment of empty and full, one's steps will be sluggish and heavy, and the stance unsteady. And we'll start today's discussion of substantial and insubstantial with Chi walking. So I want you to get some space and participate with me so you can feel this difference between substantial and insubstantial. As you do your Chi walking, you're bringing a little bit of weight forward, then you're rocking back, and now you're bringing all the weight onto this left leg so it becomes 100% substantial, and you don't lift the right leg until it's completely empty. And that allows you to move with purposefulness, but also with some ease and some grace. Let that left leg now become completely insubstantial, completely empty, and step forward. In Tai Chi, since we know where our weight is at all times, we have the option, we have the choice as we step to step forward or to step backwards, because we know where that empty and full, where our weight is. So I want you now just to take a minute and move your body, move side to side, move backwards, move forwards. Just think about, how am I choosing to move? I'm not falling forward. Like regular walking, maybe you've seen people plod like that. They don't have a choice to go backwards because all of their momentum, all of their movement is pushing them forward. In fact, it's pushing them to the ground. In Tai Chi, we have the choice because we know where our weight is. We understand when a leg is substantial, when a leg is insubstantial. So we have the choice, perhaps, to step backwards. So let's do our Chi walking one more time. Bringing that weight forward onto the left, rocking back, slow yourself down. Feel that weight shifting. Let that right leg become empty and step forward. Feel that weight. Don't just rock. Let it be a purposeful movement. And you're not lifting that back leg until it's completely empty. Calling back what we talked about last week, think about that Dantian being over that base of support. That matters. All of these essentials come together. They're not in isolation. So your substantial and insubstantial, it matters with that movement of the Dantian. So now the next movement that I want to talk about with and practice with substantial and insubstantial is Repulse the Monkey. So we'll start with that left leg forward, left arm forward, and know that you bring your weight back because this front leg has to be insubstantial in order to step backwards, right? You need this front leg to be 100% insubstantial. So the way we're going to practice this now is, instead of just stepping back with your Repulse the Monkey, in order to make sure that this leg is 100% insubstantial, I want you to lift and kick, and then complete the movement. Bringing your weight back to that left leg now, lift the right leg and kick, and complete your Repulse the Monkey. Lift and kick. One more. So you can see how practicing Repulse the Monkey like that really reinforces that insubstantial, substantial. And again, calling back what we've talked about with previous essentials, you have to keep yourself lifted, you have to keep your columns intact, you have to know where your weight is, and let the waist be the ruler of that movement. So lift and kick, and then complete the movement. This is how you know that you're really balanced, that you know, just like I said with Chi walking, you might choose to go backwards here, you might choose to go forwards, which if you look at that movement, that looks like our high pat on horse, correct? So you need to make sure you understand where that insubstantial leg is so you have the choice to go backwards or forwards. Obviously with kick, smash, and box the ears, you still have that 100%, 0%, 100% substantial, 0% substantial, because you can't lift this leg unless it's completely empty. So bring your weight over to the left. Let that right leg become completely insubstantial before you even try to lift it. Then kick, smash, landing softly, moving from the dantian, coming forward to box the ears. Let's try that on the other side. Let the right leg become completely substantial. The left is insubstantial. Kick, smash, landing softly, and box the ears. When I emphasize landing softly, that calls back what the essential talks about, where if you don't really understand where your weight is, your steps become sluggish and heavy and sloppy. If you don't really understand and you're not really balanced and you fall forward with that, that's not a graceful movement. That's not your choice to go forward, right? You have to go forward. Whereas if you know where that weight is, you're completely balanced, you choose to move forward, moving from the dantian and boxing the ears. So one more with 100% substantial is our pheasant stands, right? Connected to your snake creeps. And understanding where that weight is in your snake creeps is going to help you make that movement more agile, more graceful. And you might laugh and you might say, you know, snake creeps is never going to be graceful for me, Diane, but it can be, especially if you work on this substantial and insubstantial. So let's form a bird's beak on the right, step out with the left. Understand that that weight is still on your right. As you start that snake creeps, now that weight is shifting and it's coming over this left leg so that now your dantian moves over that substantial leg. Your right leg can become insubstantial, and it's very easy to lift into pheasant stands. So start with your weight on the right. Remember that column. Let that left leg be insubstantial as it steps out for your snake creeps. You're lowering your center of gravity, and now that weight starts to shift, bringing that dantian over your base of support, allowing your right leg to become empty, and pheasant stands. If you practice your snake creeps like that, thinking about where is my weight, and shifting that weight side to side, forward and back like that, it's going to help make that movement easier and to become a more graceful movement for you.